Yes, Your Honor, I can.
All right, this is People v. Dave Zinky. It's file 25-7041FH. We've got Mr. Zinky appearing by video from the Sheboygan Jail, and as well as his attorney, Mr. Jokins, and the prosecuting attorney, Ms. Goodrich. And Mr. Jokins, we're here for a docket call, jury status conference to see what our status is. What's our status in this matter, sir?
Your Honor, this is exactly where we're at right now. I don't want to sound histrionic, but I'm just going to bring the court some details as there's some back information in this case. At the last hearing, I requested an adjournment so I could have two experts evaluate Mr. Zinky. One of them evaluated Mr. Zinky, was completed at the end of last week, Your Honor. I have spoken with the evaluator, Dr. Sammy Farhat, and we will not be pursuing an insanity defense in this case. I am still waiting on a detailed report, and I was going to forward the same to Prosecutor Goodrich as soon as the same is in my hands. There is another expert that I did plan on utilizing, but we have not been able to get them up to the facility because there are some logistical things involved because it's someone that's out of southeastern Michigan, Your Honor. However, that's not contingent on proceeding with this case. I did have communications over the last few days with the prosecutor Goodrich, and I do believe that we are going to have a plea in this matter. And I would like to set this for a plea hearing or docket call, whatever the court actually calls it, on December 16th. Was one of the dates that was provided to me by Miss Goodrich. If we could do that, Your Honor, that's exactly where we're at. I don't know if Prosecutor Goodrich had anything else that she had to comment on in this case.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Goodrich, anything you wanted to add to that?
No, I think that's an accurate reflection.
All right, now, Mr. Jokins, I did advise the prosecutor on a case we just called that the December 16th date, I'm going to have to cancel. But I could give you either December 2nd. December 2nd would be 4 weeks from now, if that would give you sufficient time.
Judge, this is the problem. December 2nd, I'm presenting at a conference out of state at the time. I think it would be appropriate for me to for this matter when it pleased to be in person. I believe the next date that I had been given was January 5th, Judge.
Well, I'm going to do a docket on December 23rd. I don't know if you'd be available then. And Mr. Zinke's raising his hand. Did you want to say something, Mr. Zinke, or talk to your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to talk a little bit if that's appropriate or not to talk. I've met with Mr. Jokins on a few occasions on telephone call, and it's been a very short, brief phone calls, and I've not been able to.
Judge, I'm interrupting this right now. My apologies. I've been there in person, Judge, and I plan on coming up there
here in person and was talking with me. And he said that certain parts of the case didn't that and then he also said that it's not up to the judge or the prosecutor whether I do prison time. It's up to the administrative offices. And I'm just not thoroughly under full comprehension of my case and where it's going and what's happening. There's certain things I'd like to discuss with the prosecuting attorney myself that I would like to be able to talk with Melissa Goodrich, if that's possible, through granted permission of the court. There's things that are not accurate in the report that I'd like to discuss with the Miss Goodrich. So
Mr. Zinke,
there's just a lot of different things about this that is unsettling to me. I've spent many nights crying my eyes out and having disturbing thoughts about this matter. And
so Mr. Zinke,
I would like to be able to talk I'd like to be transparent with the court. I'd like to be 100% transparent instead of arguing so much about the case, to be more transparent and everybody have all the exact information
Mr.
on
Zinky,
file
listen for a second. Listen for a
that's
second, please.
necessary.
Mr. Zinky, hang on. All right, so you can't talk directly to the prosecutor. That's not appropriate. And I'm certain that Mr. Jokins didn't tell you that it's not up to me whether you would go to prison. The judge, you know, sets the sentence in the case. So you're misunderstanding something that he's told you. Why, you just be patient and consult with him and listen to the things he's telling you. I think maybe what would be helpful, Mr. Jokins, I did have the case with the co-defendant come to conclusion. Maybe what I could do is I could set this for further docket call, but it might be helpful for me and you and the prosecutor to have a phone conference.
Yes.
Mr. Zinky, I'm going to mute you because you just keep interrupting. All right. All right. So Mr. Jokins, would you be available for a Zoom docket call on November 25?
Oh, wrong way. My apologies, Judge.
You available November 25?
Judge, on November 25th, you indicated this would be for a Zoom docket call, correct, Your Honor?
Yeah. Oh, you were wanting to do an in-person plea. I'm sorry. Yeah. Would you be available for an in-person plea on November 25th?
Let's see. The 25th, I'm not available. I'm tied up in court all day, Judge. That's why I was Miss Goodrich had given me the dates, and I was trying to nip that in the tail here for what's most convenient for the court, and also, you know, judicial economy. I'm not trying to tie anything up.
How about December 23rd?
The 23rd, I'm out of the country, Judge.
Or January 6th?
January 6th, I can be available. I do have a review hearing at 10 a.m. in another county. So at 10 a.m., what type of hearing is this going to be set for? Because if for an actual plea, I would need to be there in person.
Yeah, it'd be in person. Could you be here by 2 p.m.? I don't know what other county you're in.
I am in Genesee County that morning, Judge.
How
I
about
think
3 p.m.?
I could get there at 3 o'clock, Judge.
Okay. Okay, so let's schedule this for a docket call in person on January 6th at 3 p.m. But if you would please contact my assignment clerk and try to schedule a time where you and me and the prosecutor can talk in chambers by phone about this case, I think that may be helpful to all concerned.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's appreciated, and I will make sure that's done forthwith.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
And up next, we have People v. Aaron Field for sentencing. It's filed 24-6914FH. Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Secretary, Spring County Prosecutor.
And James Gilbert here on behalf of Mr. Field.
All right, and Mr. Field, you're appearing by video from the Department of Corrections. You have the right to be sentenced in person on this case. Do you want to be sentenced in person, or do you want to waive that and be sentenced by video today?
Video's fine.
Okay, so it's sentencing on a charge of aggravated stalking, 5-year statutory maximum, guideline range of 12 to 24 months, a sentence agreement for a cap on the sentence so that the early release date would be not later than 12/31/26. Mr. Gilbert, any defense scoring challenges or additions, corrections?
Oh, just for the record, Your Honor, I did forward to the prison the latest PSI. It appears, talking to Mr. Field, that he did not receive that. However, I did go through the changes that would have been made from his prior PSI, went through the scoring with him, and went through the recommendation, and he's willing to waive having an actual copy in front of him. I just want to make sure that the record reflected that. I did go through the PSI we do have, not having additions or corrections or scoring challenges.
All right, thank you. Ms. Goodrich, any from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Gilbert, anything you want to say on your client's behalf?
Your Honor, this is a good resolution in this matter. I know that Mr. Field has struggled with some addiction issues and primarily drinking, and that's what's caused the situations that he's currently incarcerated for. And as we know, Mr. Field has a history with the court, and he's paid dearly for his actions and anything that he's done inappropriately. So I would ask the court to follow the recommendation. And I know that I believe in talking with him, he's already trying to proceed forward and has already been contacted, referenced, and possibly approved for the boot camp program in prison. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Field, you don't have to say anything today, but it is allowed. Is there anything you want to tell us?
No, sir. I'll keep silent.
Okay, that's fine. Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations from the people?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, thank you. The defendant is 49 years old with 5 prior felonies and 6 prior misdemeanors. This is a similar offense to what the time he's already serving on. The plea agreement was not to exceed the release date beyond December 31st of 2026. It looks like he has been doing well in the prison and only had 1 minor misconduct. So the people would be requesting 23 months with credit for 278 days served.
All right, thank you. Well, Mr. Field, there's crime victims assessment of 130, state cost of 68, court cost of 350, and the advisory guidelines of 12 to 24 months. This is yet another stalking case, but I think the plea agreement is fair given the total circumstances. So I'm going to adopt that and commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections for a term of not less than 23 months. Nor more than 5 years, with credit for 278 days previously served that you're entitled to credit for. And that's a sentence within the advisory guidelines range. My best efforts, that results in an early release date prior to the December 31st, 2026 in the plea agreement. And the prosecutor's recommending I approve you for entry into the SAI program. I'm going to wait and see that they get you screened for that. And if they send a letter that they think you're eligible, they send it to me for approval. And so far, you haven't had any major misconducts inside. If that continues, it's very possible that I'll approve that, but I'm going to wait and see. I'm not going to indicate on the judgment of sentence. What I'll do, I'll wait for a letter from the Department of Corrections and see what they tell me at that time. All right, so Mr. Field, if you want to appeal, you can file an application to the Court of Appeals. If you want a lawyer, I'd give you one, but you have to ask me within 6 months. So we're going to see to it that we send that appeal paperwork to you down to the Department of Corrections. We're going to ask that you send one back initial. That you fill the other out if you wish to take an appeal. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
When I was in quarantine, I was already enrolled in the boot camp program. They approved me in quarantine. And then my assumption was, after talking to the officer, he said that he would send a letter to you and that would be a denial or an acceptance. So I don't know, since it's been already 6 months, I'm not sure the process for that now. If I should try to enroll again.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they'll reevaluate him or not. So I think given that circumstance, I'll change that just a touch. And on the judgment of sentence, I'll indicate that I have no objection to his placement in the SAI program. All right, so maybe that'll jumpstart that process, Mr. Field. Okay.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good luck.